and more writing. We are talking this week and maybe next week about launching, about all the little pieces that are needed in order to launch your thing into the world. And so one of the important pieces, because we've already talked about who your audience is, and we talked about talking to them and figuring out what their bleeding arm problem is that they actually need solved, that you can help with. And so now today we're going to talk about writing. Now, writing, copywriting, good copywriting is something that requires a lot of practice at. It doesn't require a lot of education, but it does require some, but it requires a lot of practice to get good at it. You have to know what the basic ideas are for writing copy, and then you have to apply them. Now, I could spend an entire week of Sundays telling you all the rules of writing good copy, but I'm going to recommend that you go to Udemy and pick up one of the free How to Write Good Copy courses and binge watch it, because that's going to give you some really good tips on writing good copy. Another really good idea is to just look at what your competitors, successful ones, not the unsuccessful ones, but the ones that you know are doing at least as well as you want to be doing in your business. Model them, not copy, model what they're doing. So if they have a picture here, you put a picture here. If they have this phrasing here about, the benefits, then you put your phrasing here about the benefits. If they put a feature here, then you put a feature here. You just repeating the thing. I stole that from Russell Brunson, by the way. What can I say? I've done a lot of education on this. So what I want to tell you the most when it comes to writing is that you need to use the language that your clients gave you. When you did those interviews with them, with your potential clients, and you asked them questions, pay attention to what their answers are and how they say it, because those are the things that you want to use in your marketing. You don't want to say, unless you're really hoity-toity, but you don't want to use big words that are that they're not sure about. You want to use it. You want to say it in a way that they say, that is exactly how I would say this. Are you reading my mind? I have said this to myself in my head. And you literally did hear them say it. They didn't just say it in their heads, though they actually spoke the words out loud to you. And then you just simply wrote it down, made a note of it, and then are parroting it back to them. But people don't remember this, so don't worry about it feeling a little scummy, because they really don't remember that that's what they said. They're like, oh my God, that's a beautiful way to put it, because that works so well in their brains, and they don't even put it together with the idea that they're the ones that originally said it. I mean, unless it's the repeating thing. But usually people don't say, sorry, I'm moving my feet. Usually people don't say what their thoughts are on repeat in their head out loud, unless they know you really well. So if you can just speak back the words that they're telling you, they're not going to remember it, and yet they're going to feel a connection with those words. Okay, so there's a whole raft of things that you have to write in order to have a working funnel, in order to launch your project out into the world. And don't be scared by the word funnel. Okay, a lot of people hear the word funnel and think that it's got to be like some big thing and it's terrifying. No. Anytime you are selling anything to anyone, that is a funnel. If it is an online funnel, if it is an in-person funnel, if it is a funnel in the store, it is a funnel. So when you walk into, say, your local Winners or Marshalls or Saks Fifth Avenue, and you walk in the store, You're now at the beginning of the funnel. You're at the widest point of the funnel. You're entering the store. And then everything after that is created and designed specifically to have you either self-select that this is what I want, or not and leave. Those are your two choices. And it's the same with any kind of funnel, okay? And then the next step from the selecting the thing is to try it on for size, see if it looks right, see if it fits. Imagine yourself doing it or feeling it or wearing it or whatever, using it in some way, shape, or form. And then you go to the checkout thing and you buy it. That is a funnel. That is the easiest part of a funnel, okay? Now the upsells are the little knicky-knacks along the shelves as you're heading in the funnel towards the checkout person. It's all psychology, people. So everything is about the same kinds of things, okay? So there's a lot of pages, and not a lot of pages, but there's a lot of pages and a lot of copy that needs to be written. And it's best to start with your sales page because everything else kind of falls out of your sales page. So start with your sales page, and the things that you want to include in your sales page are how your audience talks about their problem, what their pain points are and their hopes and dreams. Again, how they communicated that to you during those interviews that you had, how your product or service will solve their problems and make their lives better. That one's crucial. If you can't show them that not only do you understand their pain, but that you have a solution, if you can't do that, you're never going to be successful. If you can do that, you've got it made, okay? And then a general outline, no details, but a general outline of what they're going to get. Are you going to offer weekly calls? And what day of the week are they on? Are you going to offer bonuses? Going to be workbooks? Is there going to be, well, don't tell them about homework, but is there going to be workbooks? Is there going to be, what do they get? Okay, people are very tactile and they want to know what they're going to get. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? WIFM. What's in it for me? It's always the question that you have to answer with pretty much every line of your copy. What is in it for them? Why should they read the next line of your copy? So you're starting with your sales page, and that's going to give you a really good idea. See, I notice I haven't even mentioned yet that you're going to create your thing. Your thing is the last thing you create, and you only really need to be like a week ahead of other people. So you create a general outline on the sales page and plug in what you can for conversations, and then work on deciding what, if you're going to offer a free thing or any bonuses. And if so, if you're offering a free thing, a freebie giveaway to get them into the funnel, then you need to decide what the free thing needs to look like, whether it's a downloadable or a video or a webinar or whatever it needs to be. You're going to know that because you're going to have heard your ideal clients in those conversations that you had talk to you about what they actually have that's a bleeding arm problem, and that sales page is going to take care of the big thing. But consider the freebie to be like triage. How can you triage them until they can get into see you for the big thing? Okay, so you're doing your freebie and you're writing your sales page, and then you want to write the thank you page. Thank you page needs to be very short. Thanks for doing this. Here's the next first step to get your things. So that would be join a Facebook group if you're offering a Facebook group as part of it, or download this thing, or give them something that's a next step. Don't just say thank you, but give them something that's a next step, and make it super simple. Like join this Facebook group, or download this workbook, or go here and sign up for or go here and check out this members area, whatever it is, okay? Or book my first appointment, whatever it is, okay? And then you need to start writing your sales copy, your ad copy, and the emails. So you're going to need 2 email sequences. Actually, yeah, you're going to need 2 email sequences. One for the people who took the free thing and didn't sign up, and then a second one for people who signed up. Okay, so the first one is more salesy, where you're trying to get them to still sign up. The second one is where you are now talking about deliveries. You're talking about what their steps need to be. Don't just leave people hanging. Make sure that you are in contact with them. Okay? So you've got ad copy, post copy, sales emails, your freebie is kind of dialed in a little bit, your thank you page, your sales page. And then I want you, once you've got some of the ad copy written down, I want you to start thinking about branding. How do you make things pretty? Because it's all well and good to have things kind of written out in a way, but it's more important to make sure that you have them not just written out, but that you then have them in a format that makes people want to take action. So you need to decide on things like your color scheme and what kinds of images you want to use. And they need to be a cohesive theme somehow. Either the theme is a color and a feeling, or an emotion that they evoke, or they are a specific topic that you're pulling on, whatever it is, but somehow they need to be cohesive. It needs to be the kind of thing where you're like, oh yeah, this speaks to my ideal client because it is on brand. It will move the needle for them to get to the next step. Okay. And then I'm a big fan of free services, but if you look for online color wheels, Adobe has a great color wheel, and I know there's a couple others out there. They're free. You can upload a picture into them, and then it will pull different color schemes for you. And that is a great way to pick kind of your main colors. Pick the one picture that absolutely embodies everything that you want to say with your pictures, and then use that as your jumping off point for all of your colors. And then look for other pictures that are in similar color tone families. Either they are all similarly bright or muted, or they're in the same color family, and they are talking about a similar topic. So for example, for this business, I'm specifically going for business people, for online entrepreneurs, for women. So I'm looking, and my color palette is kind of grays and soothings and pale pinks. And it is very much an inviting space. It's warm, it's cozy, it feels very comfortable. And then for my other business, for Charisse Marie, that business is more about, it's a beachy feel. So it is all about the blues and the sand tones, and about evoking a feeling of peace and tranquility and calm, because that is what my ideal client is missing, and that's what they gravitate towards. They're like, oh, I want to feel that way in my life. I want to have that experience every day in my life. I want to feel like I'm always on holidays. So that is why I've picked that particular branding for that business. Okay. And then other businesses that I've worked with have different branding. I work with a nutritionist, and her brand is all about the food. It is all about beautiful pictures, really, really eye-popping, what a mouth-watering, colorful pictures of whole fruits and vegetables and grains, and just it's about decadence and luxury, but eating well at the same time. It's about an abundance. It's not about like a single, pomegranate seed. It's about all of this beautiful stuff. And it really is evocative of what she embodies as a nutritionist and as a coach who specializes in midlife women's health. So use this as a jumping off point to give you an idea of what you should be doing now that you've talked to your clients, now that you've maybe seen some of what they are drawn to, what the images are that they're looking for. Now, great ways to get pictures. Pixabay and Unsplash are my two favorite sites for free, uncopyrighted, use them anywhere pictures. And you can use those sites to look for almost anything. You can also use Canva. Canva is slowly becoming more and more a pay-for-play site though. And a lot of times what happens is you'll find a picture on Canva. It's fantastic. It's perfect for you, but they want you to pay for it. But if you go to Unsplash or Pixabay, you can download it for free and then just upload it yourself into Canva. Canva is very, very easy to use, but if you do have trouble with it, Fiverr, Upworks, or someone like myself who knows about branding and graphics can certainly create some beautiful, beautiful graphics that absolutely nail exactly what you want your brand to share with the world. Okay, so that's what I've got for you ladies today. It is quite a bit. There's lots and lots and lots of writing. This piece of my launch checklist is a lot of writing and a lot of decisions about the feelings that you are trying to evoke within your clients, both with your writing and with your graphics, and how to tie those two things together. Usually by the time you've written a bunch of things, you've kind of got an idea of what you want the graphics to look like, what your color scheme needs to be in order to be really a call to action for people. If it needs to be really in your face and just do it and pokey, if it needs to be in your face with how gorgeous it is and really draw them in that way, if it is soothing, if it is excitement, what is the core emotion that you are trying to bring your clients into? And both of these things are going to get you there. So lots to think about. If you haven't yet grabbed my launch checklist, I've dropped the link here in the comments below, and I'd love to have you like the page, or if you're on YouTube, I would love to have you subscribe to the channel. It's a brand new channel because this is a fairly new officially launch of my business. I've been doing this for a while, but I haven't officially ever told anybody that I did it. I just kind of did it for people as they came to me. So here I am announcing officially that this is what I'm doing now. So here I am. Have a fantastic day, ladies, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.